What's up, guys? Welcome to the Crypto Savvy channel. I'm Craig, and we're going to be going over Bitcoin, Link, and BNB. But first, we're going to look at the traditional markets. So far, everything is playing out exactly as we have expected since December 2nd, 2021, when I started talking about the crypto washout. I do believe that's still in progress, still happening. I think we have much lower to go in these markets. I'm going to show you why. Definitely stick around for the whole video and let's get into it. But before we do, make sure you smash that thumbs up. Leave your comments down below as we go through the video, letting me know what you think. And you can also put down in the comment section what crypto or what stock or whatever you want me to go over in Monday's video, and I will be adding one on, whichever one has most people asking for it. So let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Make sure you guys share the video, get it out there. And I know this isn't a popular thought process of the markets are going down, but guys, I've been talking about this for a long time and it is playing out. I even told everybody I would expect once we hit a false bottom, which I believe was 15.5, that we would see a 100% rally before continuing down for Bitcoin. So far, so good. Let's see what's going on. So looking at the Dow Jones, as you guys know, I have a target. My first main target down here is around 27.7. And we have lower targets also around the lower 20,000 point range. But I'm still looking for that. If you look at the RSI down here, we could go up a little bit higher. It could even come back up and retest this. But right now, currently, our resistance for the Dow is just going to be our fib here at 0.236 fib at 34,030. Let's look at S&P. S&P, this is what we're waiting. We can move this up because we have not broken it yet. But this is what we're waiting for, a break of this rising channel here. Once that happens, I'm looking for around 37, 35. Now, this stuff doesn't happen in a day, right? Obviously, back up in above 60,000 when we started talking about the bubble pop pattern, and I will explain that in the video too before we get much deeper. But when we started talking about the bubble pop pattern, I told you there's going to be many pumps, many, dumps, but all we're getting is reactive little pumps here in all these markets. So just like this, we didn't return to our new all-time high. Nothing spectacular about this bear market rally. Still further down to go, guys. Here's another one. This is NASDAQ. Same thing. We broke it out of our channel. We are retesting the bottom of the channel now for resistance. Most likely get rejected. Now, if we start opening and closing back in there, then we'll have to reevaluate the chart. But so far, so good. From our break here, our target's around 12 and a half. 12.4, 12.5, somewhere in this range, right? They're not exact to the number, which a lot of people seem to think that when I put my targets up, they're to the penny, right? Well, they're zones, but I'm showing you the accurate spot in the zone, not the exact number. I could draw, in Bitcoin, $1,000 column, which, is $1,000 in between, and say, woo, I hit it, but I don't. I give you actual target areas. So anyways, as you can see, this is the Amazon.com bubble. There was a 100% rally from the false bottom right here. That don't look like 100% because it got pretty low, but that was a 100% rally before coming down to its real true low, right? So, and it came back to where the bubble began. Same thing I think is going to happen with Bitcoin over here. This is what we've been waiting for. Still waiting for it. Told you guys it would take time. I did believe it would be in September, October, which I still do believe we could see that by the end of next month. But even if it takes longer, nevertheless, the whole point of it is it's a crypto washout. We're going to see altcoins pretty much get decimated. I believe altcoins are still going to get crushed a whole lot more, and I believe many of them will probably never come back. Of course, they'll get bounces. You can trade some bounces, but I do believe that this washout is coming, guys. Nintendo bubble pop over here, same thing, 100% rally right here. You can see it before coming crashing down. And a lot of times when this happens, you don't see a new all-time. That's why I don't believe the 4-year cycle is going to happen this time. It could be still a 4-year cycle, but that doesn't mean it has to hit a new all-time high every cycle. Just like when they said on the 4-year cycle, it never returns below the last high, which we did. We went below 20K. I was telling you guys that was going to happen. Everybody said I was crazy. It happened. But people seem to forget about that and think the 4-year cycle of the new all-time high is still going to pan out. I do not think so. And I do think it could be a long, long time before we see a new all-time high. Not saying Bitcoin's dead. I'm saying the greatest opportunity of our lifetime's coming, right? So anyways, same thing here in the Sony. You had a bunch of false bottoms here, but they always return to where they began. This is a bubble, guys. It washes out the garbage. It's what it does. DXY. Guys, we hit our target perfectly. We look at it on the 4-hour. We hit our target perfectly. This is where I had said for weeks now, you can watch my videos, that was my target. And when this hit, then we would probably get another little false rally for Bitcoin, which we got, right? Which hit our target, right? Right here, 105 is where I would think that this is not going to continue up. But this should hold as support if we get down here. Not saying we have to get down here. That's just our fib level. That should hold as support. It's a rising channel. Yes, rising channels break down. But when you're in a bull market, you can see all the rising channels over here. It just kept getting higher. I believe the same thing is going to happen here. Once we get above this 106.8, we might even test it back down for support. But once we get above this, guys, I think it's really going to start coming down hard. My next target's 109, then 115, then we have one at 122, and then we have super high ones way up in these ranges, which we'll talk about if it happens. If those super high targets come, that'll probably take years, so this could be a slow, long meltdown. Here is the Bitcoin monthly chart. Nothing but lower highs and lower lows, guys. I think another lower low is coming. Nothing's changed in my opinion. Before we get into the smaller time frames and get on to Link and Binance, check out a word from my sponsor.
Begin your path to financial freedom. Gain up to a $7,000 bonus on us. Register and use promo code. Deposit and enjoy a 7% bonus. Available now. Link in the description.
The link for Prime XBT is down below. I showed you guys in the other day's video. I forgot to open it up, so I'm not going to do that right now. But I showed you guys in the video on, what was it, Wednesday? Oh, by the way, happy Friday. But I showed you on Wednesday's video the new part of the platform for trading. Definitely check it out if you haven't. I'm going to be making a bigger video on that, but you can use my link down below. Join the free contest section on Prime XBT. It doesn't cost you anything, and you get to use you get to learn to use the platform without putting any risk in. So check it out. You can use my promo code SAVVY50 to get you up to a $7,000 bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Even if you already have an account and didn't use my link, you can still use my promo codes. All right, let's see what's going on with. So here it is, 27.1. This is what I was talking about. See this line here? Everybody says imaginary lines. Well, they're not imaginary lines. Even if you watch the CNBC, whatever, they draw lines, right? That's how markets work. That is how markets work. People watch these lines. So this line here, looking at this as a falling wedge with another low yet to come. I told you in the last video, go watch it, that I would add shorts at 27.1, which I believed that would be our rejection area. We got a little above it, but nevertheless, we have not opened and closed a 4-hour above this trend line. Downward is the way. So I'm still looking for around that 22.5 for a possible another big bounce. But guys, the big picture is I think we're going to bottom somewhere between 35 and 9,700. And if it goes a lot longer, like I showed you in the prior charts, if it does take a lot longer, like sort of like Sony bubble or any one of those, it could take a lot longer to get there, and we could possibly go lower. I mean, it is what it is, guys. I'm just showing you what I see in the charts. None of this is financial advice. Can I see the future? Absolutely not. But I do like to go by the charts. And so far, there is nothing signaled any true reversal. This market is not ready to head back up, in my opinion. This is the weekly, looking at the ABCDE. If it does play out in this pattern, still same thing, 35 to 9,700 would be where I look for E-wave. And then does that mean it shoots straight up to the moon? New all-time highs. after the halving, blah, blah, blah. I don't believe we'll see new all-time highs after the halving, although it's possible, depending on what happens. But nevertheless, I do think once we bottom here, we may never see those lows again, but it'll be a long time before we see new all-time highs. Plenty of trading opportunities will be in that. Here's another count. This looking at it as a 5-wave count, right? As long as the 4th wave never breaks this red line, which is the 1st wave, that is 32.9. Same thing, just more downside coming in my opinion there. All right, let's take a look at the daily. So if you guys remember this chart from way back when, this is where we called this 64,000 top way back here before it even happened. It was actually, I think we called it about 3 to 5 weeks ahead of time, nailed it. And then we had our drop, and once we made this next run up, we counted this wave 2. You can go look, it'd be around the middle of May when I made the video, and I gave you the 3rd and 4th wave exact targets, right? Months ahead of time. The 5th wave I did believe would go lower, but nevertheless, we went way down. And for those of you that say we don't have enough time in October, right, to get down to the lows, if you look here from this candle at 58,000, let's see, showed this on, I mean, you could look at, just look at these dumps, right? This dump here was 5 weeks from 43,000 all the way down to 33. That was 10,000. We had this dump here, which was 5 weeks from 60,000 all the way down to 42,000. That was an $8,000 drop. Oh, these are dailies. I'm sorry. That was a few days. Shoot. Let me go back to the weekly chart. Here's what I wanted to show you. So this was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we went from 60,000 all the way down to 29,000. That was over 30,000 in like 6 weeks. Guys, this thing can dump fast and hard. Just be careful. Again, not saying it's going to happen for sure, but if you're not prepared for it, you could get surprised in a big way. Another thing I wanted to point out is looking at this as a rising broadening wedge. The measured move of that actually gets us down to around 10,500 to 11,000. If we're able to, markets get another rally for some reason, of course, Bitcoin follows the markets. I would be looking for us to come up and retest this. That's the bullish case, right? 29,000 somewhere in there, if that was even to happen, which it could. I don't think it will, but either way, the higher this gets, the harder it's got to fall. Link. Here is Link. Now, if you guys watch my videos for any period of time, I called this Link drop too, right around the same as Bitcoin. If you go to my YouTube and just look for, I don't know, you might be able to search for Link. It was in a lot of videos when I was doing lives, and I will be continuing live streams possibly next week, once or twice a week during the evening, probably 5 or 6, somewhere in there. I'll be doing live streams again where you guys can choose the altcoins of your choice, and we'll have the live chat on. So whatever you guys suggest, we'll look at whatever coins you want, whatever stocks you want, and kind of see what's going on. So definitely don't forget that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and smash those thumbs up. All right, here's my targets for Link, guys. Let's first put your best case scenario, right? Best case scenario would be this holds down here around 465. Although I don't think it will. I think we could be seeing from anywhere from 2 cents to $3, right? That would be returning back to where it began. Another bubble pop. Do you see over here what I'm talking about? It's a pattern, guys, and patterns usually play out in the markets, right? This pattern is not finished. Again, there's some of these coins I don't think will ever come back, so just be careful with that. So here's our Binance chart. Remember, way back here in November, back here, I talked about all this coming into fruition, and look at what it's doing. Just like FTT, I think they're doing a lot of the same shady things, in my opinion. Obviously, I have no proof of that, but by looking at the charts, something is not right over there, guys. I do believe once we break this 202, 153 is your next support, and then 69. It is what it is. I'm just telling you what I see in the charts. Could I be wrong? Absolutely. But I have been correct. Ever since 2021, when we called this whole thing, while everybody was still telling you that 100,000 is coming. Guarantee $100,000 Bitcoin. Some were even saying 260,000. Some were saying 300,000. Guys, be careful out there. These kids that have no market experience, especially the ones that only look at altcoins and try to give you ideas of where it's going, guys, they've been going down for 2 years. Those guys have no idea what the markets are, and what the markets are doing has a big consequences on what happens to Bitcoin, whether you like it or not. That is the fact. So I just want to push that point out there. Guys, get your heads together, pay attention to what's really going on, and have a great day. I hope you guys have a fabulous weekend. Let me know what you think of the video in the comments. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Do not forget to smash that thumbs up and check out these videos up top. I'm out.